Hello guys, Nova95 here. Today we're again, this is kind of like a second part. I was talking about the boys club before. I can go into detail, but that's going to take about 4 parts to make. So, it all started in second class. There was this new guy called Urine who went to our class. His name wasn't really Urine, it was Yuri. He was from Portugal and he wasn't a very kind person. So me and Yuri became really good friends. And me and my other friend Ochi decided, hey, you know what, we need to set up some sort of club, right? And the club started off with you pay 5 cents, everybody pays 5 cents, and at the end of the week we all go buy like refreshers. They send somebody out to go buy refreshers, and they bring them back. Now, the place our school was, it wasn't located in a very safe place. So the second part and third part, you'll understand why something's happened. So what happened was actually that we decided we needed to excuse me, we decided that we needed to make a boys club. And how we used to sort out the money, like the finances, so we have different ranks of people, I guess. And it wasn't too ranky, I guess. There were just leaders and like the underdogs. And I was one of the leaders, of course, because I was one of the people that inspired the idea. And it was in second or third class that the boys club started getting taken seriously. We started organizing basketball matches, like 1-on-1 or 2-on-2. We had posters. I used to, yeah, and things like that. Solve our financial problems, etc., etc., etc. And there were a lot of people that wanted to get into the boys club. We weren't really making too much money, I guess. We also started doing some gambling with betting and things like that. Again, the money was kind of collected. It's not like, some guy threw it like 50 cents or 90 euros or anything like that. The money was kind of collected from around the time. So, playing games like cards, people used to bring in cards, we used to earn money from it, things like that. And it was really at the top where it all started. And the basketball matches were somebody would go 2-on-2, and whoever loses has to pay the other guy 10 cents or so. There were about 5 or 6 members of the boys club in the second class, but when it went to the third class, a lot of people started to join because they were hearing about it. It was getting pretty popular. And there was a new kid in my class, and his name was Sean, and nobody really liked him because he was a new kid. Everybody was more or less being mean to him and things like that. And I was like, God, I can't really let this happen. So I decided to kind of bring him in, right? And all my friends didn't want him to be with us, but I was taught not to discriminate against anybody. I was taught to kind of be nice to everybody, so I really could not like ditch him. So what I did was me and Sean created our own club called Red Book. Now Red Book was like a sort of chats system, right? But the teacher wouldn't know about it. So I would write in the Red Book, for example, this is happening, and then I would send it over to Sean. I would like give it to Sean and Sean would write in the Red Book, and it was a sort of account of our daily events. It was like a two people diary, right? And then there was this other guy called Thomas, and he was also new, and he decided to go and join the Red Book Club at first because he was also one of those guys that weren't really loud. He had like this sort of bob haircut, so people were calling him mushroom head and things like that, which wasn't too nice. So yeah, we also joined that with him. Now Red Club had because like 5 or 6 people joined it after, and I had a really high. You had to pay a lot to be inside. It was, if I'm correct, it's like 20 cents per week, which is a normal child's income at least. Sorry about that noise. It's a regular child's income, so it wasn't really like extremely much, but it was still a bit, like it was still a bit. So anyway, the 20 cents went to the end of the 2 weeks, and where we went to go buy like a big bag of sweets. Now our school is very strict about sweets because of the amount of obese people that were leaving it, more or less. So we were only allowed to have sweets on Fridays. Well, to be fair, what we used to do was that we used to buy like Skittles and things like that. And the problem is that we didn't buy them on Fridays because on Fridays class begins a bit earlier, so we never had the time to do that. So we always bought it on Thursdays. And there was a time they wrote a note in my diary about how I bought the sweets, and I was so scared my mom was going to get angry at me, so I decided to forge her signature. I remember that. But anyway, back into the story. That's kind of how the whole club thing started. The Red Club closed in about at the end of that year, I guess, and then Thomas started up the Green Club, which also closed in like a couple of months, and the Boys Club stayed true. So I was like part of 3 different clubs, and then yeah, the Boys Club went on for about a month or two, and then they shut it down. The school teachers shut it down. They're saying it was segregation, that we weren't allowing girls to do things with us, but it's not like we were saying, oh yeah, girls can't join. Girls just didn't join. I guess maybe it was because it's called the boys club or something like that, but there was never a time when girls asked us to join. Maybe it was because we were all like together in a gang or whatever, even though we weren't really causing trouble or anything like that, I guess they made it kind of suspicious because our country was international, so of course we're all from different places. I'm not sure if that's why. I'm not saying that's why, but it's my theory of what happened. Maybe they had other reasons for shutting it down, but decided that it needed to be shut. Yeah, probably because of the gambling and stuff like that, and parents were complaining. But anyway, I just remembered. Yeah, they decided to shut it down, and then it was reopened the year after, and I'll tell you about that in my next video. Guys, don't forget to like and sub to the Storm Guy channel for, of course, more of these videos. And that's about it. Goodbye.